Welcome back, friends, to another edition of upcoming indie games we are excited for. This week we're covering September 4th through the 10th after what was a wild August. Let us know in the comments below which indies you've grabbed recently, and be sure to support independent content at patreon.com/idreamofindiegames to gain Discord access, early ad-free versions of shows like this, and so much more. But let's get into these great releases, starting with Rune Factory 3 Special. The Rune Factory series is indeed coming to the Nintendo Switch and PC platform once again on the 5th. This edition of the game will bring with it a newlywed mode, new adventures, and a hell mode that should be a kick right in the balls for those of you looking for additional challenge. This life sim RPG franchise has been around for a long time. It dates all the way back to, 2006, with the most recent entry coming out just 2 years back. If you're a fan of titles like Story of Seasons, but looking for more dungeon crawling action, you might want to check this one out. Me personally, this is going to be my first go at the series, so I'm actually looking forward to playing this quite a bit. But moving right along, next we have action-adventure Chants of Sennaar, also releasing on the 5th. This one's art style really caught my eye, almost giving me a bit of like a Journey vibe mixed with some Prince of Persia. Based on the myth of Babel, players will unravel a deep mystery in a land where nobody speaks at all, while also relying on stealth elements to get through some of the harder sections. Restoring the ancient language won't be an easy task, but one thing's for sure, this game looks gorgeous, really unique too, and quite innovative. This is just a few of the reasons why we love the indie scene so much. Let's hope that it plays as good as it looks. I'm a little nervous because I tend to be bad at stealth, but after covering so many games here at I Dream of Indie Games, my confidence has gone up just a bit in my stealthy abilities. Based on the Girl Genius graphic novel series, next is Girl Genius Adventures in Castle Heterodyne. This is a 3D action-adventure where you play as Agatha on a journey to take back an ancient fortress from an evil empire. With close-range melee combat, a grapple gun, and a bunch of other tools, along with your trusty dingbot to help you solve puzzles, fans of the genre might want to add this one to their wish list. Have any of y'all read the novels before? This is absolutely my first time hearing about them, so let me know in the comments below once again if you've ever read any of them. Here we go. It's hard not to look at this one, Enchanted Portals, and not see the Cuphead influence, but it remains to be seen whether it will match the brutal difficulty or the charm that classic indie is known for. One thing's for certain though, on the surface, Enchanted Portals looks visually striking, just as Cuphead did. It looks like this game will also have a pretty big emphasis on platforming, but of course, ridiculous boss battles appear to be here as well. Use tons of different magic abilities if you hope to stand a chance, but personally, I'm hoping I can make it to the end because Cuphead really kicked my butt badly. Now we venture on to the 7th of September, and what a fascinating point-and-click adventure we have here. The Many Pieces of Mr. Koo. It looks incredible with fantastic hand-drawn animations. This crazy world is apparently full of chickens, robots, and all sorts of other nonsense. I love the wacky art direction, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays. It would seem the real star of the show is going to be the humor, and I think I'm okay with that. Now it's time to get lost in space for a little while with Void Crew entering Steam Early Access. This action-adventure space sim looks to have many of the intricacies fans of this genre have come to expect. Deep ship systems and customization await in the great unknown, and be sure to bring a few friends along for the voyage as well. Space doesn't have to be lonely, right? Speaking of space, make room for a free-to-play shooter, because up next you should sync up with some friends for Synced. This is a cooperative shooter. PvE and PvP play is available. It's a very depressed world that it takes place in, and you can choose between 4 different classes. There's the Crusher, the Guardian, the Seer, and the Suppressor. Create unique strategies as a team of 3 and get sucked into this gameplay loop without paying a penny. Shooter fans, get ready. Oh, and I should also mention that you can play this one solo if teaming up with a squad isn't exactly your thing. Okay, still on the 8th here. Ready for another farming sim, folks? Well, how about one for up to 4 players? I like the sound of that. Fae Farm might be the cow's nipple for you. Never mind, that was just stupid. Magic and customization, farming, characters to meet, farming with friends. It sounds like my nightmare, and yet in video game form, many of us love to do it. Sorry, I grew up on a farm. A lot of tough memories there. Now it's that time of the show where we have an anime booby game, MICROVOLTS Recharged, a third-person shooter. Admittedly, looks kind of mediocre, but kind of made me laugh a bit, so I'm gonna include it on the list. Obviously, there's an audience for this type of game, so if you love some anime babes and shooting action, who knows, maybe the gameplay will be halfway decent and there will in fact be some degree of fun to be had. Let's close this thing out, what do you say? And with another farming sim? Alright, Sprout Valley. That makes 2 farming sims on the list, and while they both look great, no game featured this month has looked cuter than this one. Another advantage, you get to play as Nico the cat. I think you kind of know what you'll get from the game gameplay-wise here if you just watch this video, but of course, cuteness and cats trump all, right? And that's gonna do it for this week, folks. We thank you so much for supporting clickbait-free independent content here at I Dream of Indie Games. Keep it locked to the channel. We'll have reviews on a bunch of these games, I'm sure, as well as live streams and so much more. Support indie visibility and gain access to our amazing Discord community. It's at patreon.com/idreamofindiegames. It's a wonderful growing community in our Discord, some of the nicest folks you'll ever meet in the entire gaming industry. See you all on the channel, and voice to the voiceless.